What's up, what's up, what's up, family? Hey, man, I want to thank y'all once again for tuning in, man. Y'all are here with No Cap Fragrance Reviews. If you are a subscriber, you already know you one of them ones. Y'all one of the ones keep this thing going and keep it popping, and I appreciate you. If this is your first time, again, welcome. This is No Cap Fragrance Reviews, where I give it to you 100% of the time. I give it to you straight, no chaser, no cap, just like some of my testers. So, as you seen in the thumbnail, as I always say, I'm giving y'all nothing but heat right now because it's wintertime and I got 10 fragrances that will kill the cold every time. You know what I'm saying? So, 10 fragrance DNAs, I would say, because, hey, these are all clones, but if you so choose and feel inclined to pick up the original OG of what these fragrances are duping, do what you do. Have at it. If you are a baller and that's what you do, is you want to spend your money on the highest end of these juices, I ain't mad at you. But if you balling on a budget and you want to smell as close as you can for a fraction of the price, and these fragrances really get you very close. So we're going to start this thing off with number 10 on here, and that is none other than from Paris Corner, Amir's line, you have Frenetic Delicieuse, which is a clone of Dior's Fave Delicieuse. Now, this one had to grow on me, y'all. Has a magnetic cap. Not a strong one, but over time, not only has it macerated, but sometimes the cap actually holds. So, anyway, maybe the cap gets a little stronger. I mean, the magnet. But this fragrance, it was always good, but it's just something about the notes had to settle in and become what they were going to be. Because you have top notes of lavender, mint, and bergamot, with mid notes of cherry, freesia, and jasmine, giving it a floral component. That cherry, you can get it right up top. It mixes in with that mint and lavender. I don't get a lot of citrus, but then the base notes of this is what really draws you to it. The tonka, vanilla, the cacao and caramel, and praline. Like, it's every sweet fragrance that you want, trying to figure it out in the base. You know what I'm saying? It also has some lactonic with milk, leather, woodiness with cedar. It even has benzoin. It has everything in here, man. So once this thing settles up, it's a beautiful scent, and it lasts. So it cuts the cold. You got all that sweetness. Like I said, in the top, the lavender gives it a little spiciness. It has a fresh, soapy feel as well, but you have the nuances of that cherry, giving it a little tart backbone. It grew on me, but I came to love it. And it gets compliments. After about 20 minutes in, man, it's a beautiful scent. It is great for this time of year. Like I said, in the base, it's going to be sweet all the way through. Even with all those different sweet accords, it doesn't become overly cloyingly sweet or anything like that. And then you have the woodiness components in the base. It's a beautiful scent. That's all I can say. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I picked it up. And that's coming in at the number 10 spot. So, coming in at number 9 is one that didn't have to grow on me. And you see how good these are for this one to actually be coming in at number 9, as well as that one coming in at number 10. I enjoyed this from the beginning. As soon as I got this from Fragrance World, who has been killing it this year. Stay tuned for my Best of Fragrance World video coming up real soon as well. But this one, like I said, is a clone of supposedly Delicieus hero or heroine or something like that. But what I really think this is a clone of, to my nose, is Montal's Intense Cafe. And that is a fragrance that kicks the cold's butt. So if you want Intense Cafe, if you want this DNA in its original form, I say go with Intense Cafe. And that is this giving you that little cappuccino mixed with rose, a little lactonic. It's It's a beautiful rose note. Men, you don't have to stir away from this. Women, you can wear this too, though. This is unisex, but it is a gorgeous scent, man. It is long-lasting, just as long-lasting, about as Intense Cafe if you've ever experienced that. And I really can't pick up much difference in the two. You have some vanillic tones in here in the base. Some people say it gives you a little chocolatiness. I mean, I guess that's how the coffee comes off. But yeah, the main players in this, I think there's some oud in here, but you don't get that, man. You get the rose, the vanillic undertones, and a little bit of that cappuccino-ish smell. It's sweet, it's sultry, it's seductive. If you lay with a woman and lay beside her, I'm saying, and when you leave, she's going to smell this on her pillow, and every time she turns over, she's going to think about you. That's the lasting impression that this fragrance, as well as Intense Cafe, leaves on people. Can't go wrong. At number 9, we have Fragrance World Mocha Woods. If I didn't say that at first, that's Mocha Woods, y'all. All right. So coming in at the number 8 spot is one that is captivating and smells damn near identical. It's a good 95% to my nose. I went to Neiman Marcus like a week ago and smelled these fragrances, and I smelled this one. It is none other than Mason Francis Kirkjohn's Satin Mood. This is Fragrance World's Satin Oud. That one's Oud Satin Mood, and this is Satin Oud. Y'all see the bottle. They did that. And this is a great rendition of that fragrance. Again, if you want to pick up the original, do you. This is smooth, silky oud with rose, with I think some saffron. It's got this vanillic base. I think it's actually benzoin, a little leathery tones, but man, this is a beast. Don't overspray this. 5 tops, and it's going to push. It's going to last projection for like 4 hours. This is crazy. I wore this today, and I can still smell it on my hands. 6 this morning is when I sprayed this on. Like, yeah, the cold, it don't matter. Like, definitely wear this in the wintertime. Fall, it does well in the fall, but winter, it shows out. Because don't wear this in the summer, because you would choke yourself out. You're going to have to wash it off. Like, yeah, don't do that. Trust me on that one. All right, so coming in at number 7 is one that, is a clone of something that people say is their favorite fragrance almost ever. And I like it. It's not my favorite ever, but it does perform like a beast in the wintertime. This DNA is not one-to-one with the original. So if you want to go with the original, then get Dior Homme Parfum. This is FOMO's Gary's Den, but this is a great fragrance. The iris in here is definitely going to remind you of that makeup, baggy, buttery iris that people talk about, but you also have some hint of citrus in the top. You have the lavender. You have some woodiness. Almost some suede type leather with, I think it's labdanum that's in here. This is a great fragrance, and this thing on skin 10 hours easy, on clothes next day, cutting through wintertime, anytime, in clothes, date night. It works, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's what I'm saying on that one. It definitely works, but we're talking about wintertime right now. So if you need to beat the cold, go with Gary's Den or Dior Homme Parfum. All right, so coming in at the number 6 spot is another one that embodies what it's cloning, and that is none other than BDK's Gris Charnel, and this is Fragrance World Francique 63.55. This is a beautiful scent, y'all. It also has iris in it, but it's iris done differently. Iris, once again, as I say all the time, it's a chameleon that just adapts to whatever notes you put with it. This has fig and black tea. and some, it's a sweetness to it. This one is a little fruitier than the original, as I've been told. But to smell this in the air. Now, this is one of the ones that's a little bit lighter. You know, most wintertime fragrances that's going to, you know, really work is either going to be sweet, resinous, some tobacco or leather tones or something like that. Booziness works. This has a boozy feel to it as well. I think it's a little leather in the base as well with this one, but it's just, it projects and it just smells so invoking and provocative almost. I mean, but this is something that you could wear also just anytime. This, you could wear it to work. I think you could wear this on an interview if you wanted to, but it's just seduces the nose, man. Like, it's going to grab people's attention, and yeah, I love it. I love it. Coming in at number 6, again, it's Francique 63.55 or either BDK's Gris Charnel. All right, so halfway there, number 5. This is a DNA that is undeniable. This is from a designer that is undeniable. Damn near niche type fragrances, and that is none other than Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. This is Just Jack's Noir Endurance. This one is hard to find, but if you can find it, I linked it before when I talked about it when they had it in stock. This one you need to get your nose on. This one with that little spicy cardamom, mixed with it gotta be lavender as well with that kufi note. This one doesn't say the kufi, but it has that strawberry creaminess or whatever that really, I think, mimics that kufi ice cream note that comes from the Noir Extreme. This is a good 85 to 90%. I know we just pull these out of the air, but I'm just telling you, it's really close. I wore them side by side, and once after that initial opening, the little tinge of harshness, if you want to call it that this one starts off with, it settles and smooths out to, man, 95% Noir and Extreme. Very nice, and it's just lingered in the air. Like I said, it's a little bit on the lighter side than some of these other ones, but the good thing about getting it cheap, you can spray it on 10 sprays and you gon' turn heads. I promise you. Compliment magnet right there. Okay. And now, coming in at the number 4 spot, we have another one. Hey, Iris is what's going right now, man. Like I said, that powderiness, that sweetness, all that stuff works in the summertime. And this is a clone, again, of a Dior fragrance, which is Dior Homme Intense. But this is from Pandora Scents, and this is Camaro Homme Intense. A great rendition of Dior Homme Intense 2011. This thing, with the iris, the lavender, the marshmallow, the little leathery tones in the base. This thing, again, just like the Gary's Den, a good 10 hours on skin, smelling it to the next day. Smooth, buttery iris, y'all. Date night approved. It's got a little spiciness there. I guess it's from that lavender. I think, yeah, and it has a pear note in it as well, which gives it a little sweetness in the top. This thing is lovely. Again, this one compliments through the roof. Trust me. You see, I got it ranked a little higher than Gary's Den. I just enjoy it a little more, y'all. And yeah, powdery, cut through the cold, all of that, A1. All right, now we get into our top 3. And this one here is from Lattafa, and it is a very nice, let me give y'all some of the chords on this one. It's sweet, it's just beautiful. It's from, it's cloning Billie Eilish, Fragrance Eilish, and this is Nebras by Lattafa. So let me, because I don't be remembering everything this has in it, but I just know it's a beautiful like almost a spiced cupcake type fragrance. And this thing is not gonna want to work with me. Whatever. But yeah, y'all, this one right here, it's unisex. Ladies definitely can rock it. Fellas, don't shy away from it. The sweetness in the top is real, like some sugary notes. Like I said, like a spiced vanilla, man. It's some people could say it smells similar to Ani or something with the vanilla, but it has a little bit of citrusness in the top. There's some fruits in here. It's just good, and it's got to be good if it's coming in at my number 3 spot. Can't go wrong with Nebras. All right. Number 2, y'all, when I got my hands on this clone, I was a little skeptic at first because of the guy who talks about it. When I first seen him speaking on it, saying how it was 99% what it's cloning, and what it's cloning is Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. I'm like, come on, bro. But when I heard it was endorsed by Neeb, I rolled with it. Now, you probably wondering who I'm talking about, but that's a whole nother video. Y'all stay tuned for that, because I got to let y'all know who's snapping and who's capping in the fragrance community right now. But anyway, that fragrance is none other than Sincerity by Grandeur Fragrances. Sincerity pour Homme. This slaps. 95%. So he was almost right on that one. Because there's a little different, of course, in the quality, but the way that Givenchy Gentleman opens up a little more, that barreled whiskey is a little bit more prominent in there, but it is in here. And actually, as it has continued to macerate, it comes out a little more. But I love this fragrance, y'all. And it lasts good 8 hours on skin, clothing, 10 plus. The iris in here is nice. The bourbon, the whiskey notes, little bit, I gotta spray it. Atomize is good. Little freshness up top, man. Like I said, I know y'all can probably try to get your hands on all of these, but do yourself a favor and try to get your nose on at least half of these. This one right here, definitely good. Hard to find. You could go to Best Brand Parfums and pick it up. All these will be linked below so you can check it out. But all right, our number one beat the cold, our number one wintertime fragrance, our number one snuggle cuddle time fragrance is this right here. It is from fragrance that came out this past year, 1 Million Elixr, and that is none other than Uno Million Elixr from Fragrance World. Like I said, Fragrance World been killing it, y'all. Nice presentation. You can just look from the bottle and kind of know where they're going with this golden tint. You got that vanilla, you got that Divana, you got the rose, you got it is exactly what it's supposed to be. This is 97% accurate when it comes down to duping 1 Million Elixr. Like I said before, if you watch my videos, I had smelled that fragrance several times going into Macy's and just never pulled the trigger. And then when I saw this, I'm like, let's go for it. I blind bought it. Now, there's another one out there. I think it's a Perlador or whatever, but don't quote me on that. Never mind. Anyway, it's by Fragrance World also. Both of the fragrances that clone this the best from what I'm hearing is by Fragrance World. But this one right here, I think it's the least expensive one, but it hits. It smells exactly like it. I've tested it beside it. So yeah, these are my top 10 for beating the cold, man. So if you've lasted this long, y'all already know the drill. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family. I appreciate y'all as always. Until the next one.